Welcome back to US Car Review. The aircraft moving silently through the upper sky is not simply a machine built for speed or combat, it is a reflection of humanity's long relationship with power, imagination, and survival, and this documentary examines how a single Red Dragon-inspired aircraft brings together ancient mythology, modern aerospace engineering, strategic psychology, and ethical debate into one flying symbol of the age we live in, because long before humans understood physics, metallurgy, or propulsion, they told stories about the sky, filling it with gods, spirits, and beasts that could fly beyond the limits of human bodies, and among those creatures the dragon emerged again and again as a figure of dominance, protection, fear, and authority, appearing in cultures separated by oceans and centuries, which suggests that the idea of ruling the air has always been deeply connected to how humans understand power, and in the present era that ancient desire no longer lives only in stories, but in machines designed with precision, intention, and strategic purpose. And as the camera slowly reveals the red aircraft against the vast blue backdrop of the atmosphere, the narrator explains that every curve, angle, and surface exists because of countless hours of research, testing, and refinement, driven by the need to control airspace in a world where information, speed, and perception decide the outcome of conflicts. And the choice of red is not merely aesthetic, as color has always played a role in warfare, signaling aggression, warning, and dominance, from painted shields to modern insignia. And on this aircraft the red surface transforms it into a moving symbol that commands attention even at great distances, while absorbing and scattering radar signals through advanced stealth coatings that represent the invisible side of modern combat. And rising from the body of the aircraft is the mechanical dragon head, a deliberate design choice that merges myth with machinery, reminding us that even in an age of data and algorithms, humans still rely on symbols to communicate strength, intent, and identity, because a weapon that inspires fear can alter behavior before it is ever used, and beneath this dramatic exterior lies a complex internal world of sensors, processors, fuel systems, and engines capable of generating thrust beyond what early aviation pioneers could have imagined, allowing the aircraft to travel faster than sound while remaining stable, responsive, and efficient. And the documentary highlights how modern fighter design is no longer about raw power alone, but about integration, where software, hardware, and human decision-making form a single adaptive system. And engineers interviewed explain that this aircraft is designed to function as part of a larger network, sharing information with satellites, ground stations, and other aircraft in real time, creating a dynamic picture of the battlefield that allows faster and more informed decisions. And this shift toward networked warfare represents a fundamental change in how conflicts are fought, moving away from isolated engagements toward interconnected systems where information dominance can outweigh numerical superiority. And as the camera moves closer to the cockpit, revealing a pilot surrounded by digital displays and augmented reality interfaces, the narration explores how the role of the human operator has evolved, from directly controlling every movement to managing complex systems that assist with navigation, targeting, and threat detection, reducing cognitive load while increasing situational awareness. And this partnership between human and machine raises important questions about trust, responsibility, and control, especially as artificial intelligence becomes more capable of making autonomous decisions under extreme conditions. And throughout history each major technological leap in warfare has forced societies to confront similar questions, from the introduction of gunpowder to the development of nuclear weapons. And the Dragon aircraft stands within this continuum as both a product of progress and a catalyst for debate. And historians featured in the documentary note that dragons have symbolized not only destruction but also guardianship and wisdom in many cultures, making the imagery especially fitting for a machine designed to defend airspace while projecting power beyond borders. And as the aircraft banks sharply, mechanical claws extending beneath the wings, the visual intentionally blurs the line between living creature and engineered object, reinforcing the idea that humans often model their tools after the strongest forms they can imagine, believing that organic inspiration can enhance both performance and psychological impact. And this concept is supported by modern biomimicry research, which studies how natural forms achieve efficiency, strength, and adaptability, translating those principles into advanced materials and structures. And the documentary explains how lightweight composites, inspired by biological structures, allow the aircraft to maintain strength while reducing weight, improving maneuverability and fuel efficiency, which are critical factors in long-range operations. And beyond physical design, the aircraft's electronic systems function like a nervous system, constantly sensing the environment, identifying threats, and adjusting responses in fractions of a second, enabling performance that would be impossible for a human alone. And yet despite this automation, human judgment remains central, because ethical constraints, strategic objectives, and political consequences cannot be reduced to code. and the film emphasizes that the future of air combat depends on finding the right balance between autonomy and accountability, ensuring that technological capability does not outpace moral frameworks, and as clouds drift past the aircraft, casting shifting shadows across its red surface, the narration reflects on the paradox of modern weapons, which can appear graceful and beautiful while carrying the capacity for immense destruction, highlighting the responsibility that comes with innovation, and experts discuss how deterrence plays a key role in modern strategy, where the visible presence of advanced systems can prevent conflict by signaling readiness and capability, making the aircraft as much a tool of diplomacy as of war. And this idea echoes ancient practices, where displays of strength were used to avoid battle by convincing rivals that resistance would be futile, and the dragon imagery reinforces this message, drawing on deep cultural associations that transcend language and geography. And as the documentary progresses, attention turns to the broader context in which such machines are developed, including economic investment, industrial capacity, and international competition, revealing that each aircraft represents not only technological achievement but also national priorities and identity, and policymakers explain that maintaining air superiority requires constant innovation, as adversaries adapt and counter existing capabilities, creating an ongoing cycle of advancement that drives research into new propulsion methods, stealth materials, and artificial intelligence. And the film explores potential future developments, such as unmanned variants that remove pilots from risk entirely, cooperative drone swarms that operate alongside crewed aircraft, and adaptive systems that learn from each mission to improve performance, raising both excitement and concern about where this path may lead. And despite these uncertainties, the persistence of mythic design elements suggests that humans will continue to frame new technology within familiar narratives, using stories to understand power that might otherwise feel abstract or overwhelming. And as the aircraft accelerates toward the horizon, its engines leaving no visible trace, the narration reminds viewers that the most transformative technologies often become invisible once they are integrated into daily reality, yet their impact shapes global stability in profound ways. And toward the conclusion, the documentary reflects on the human impulse that drives such creations, the desire to protect, to dominate, to explore, and to leave a mark on the world, noting that every machine carries within it the intentions and values of those who designed it, and that understanding these intentions is essential to understanding the future we are building. And as the Red Dragon aircraft disappears into the distance, shrinking against the vast sky that once belonged only to imagination, the final message becomes clear, that this is not just a story about a fighter aircraft, but about humanity's enduring relationship with the sky, with power, and with the myths we transform into reality, as ancient dreams of flying beasts evolve into modern guardians of the air, carrying both promise and responsibility on wings of metal, memory, and meaning. Please like and subscribe for more real videos.